show you how to use an Xbox controller with both SiteMetrix and GradeMetrix emulators. This will give you the added benefits of being able to move the machine in menus like field design, and it just makes it better for demos in general, I think. I'll provide a link in the description here of the software. It's REWASD. It's free for 14 days. After that, you have to pay $7, which is still pretty cheap for what it does and the benefits it gives you. I'll also include a link to download my configurations for both the dozer and the excavator. First, we'll start with the dozer here. So the dozer, this button is going to move the dozer around as far as moving forward, backwards, left, and right. As you can see, I'm just using that joystick to move the dozer around. The button over here, or the thumb toggle over here, will actually control the dozer blade up or down. So in the cross-section profile plan views over here, you can see I'll lower it just by going down. I'll raise it by going up, and then you can go left or right as well. A couple of the other features we also have in there. This guy will actually act as a mouse. So you wouldn't actually need a mouse necessarily if you're doing a demo or doing a live demonstration during like let's say you're at a convention and you're using Iron One. You don't have to have a mouse or keyboard handy. You can actually just use this as for your mouse. The other ones we have is if you click down on this thumb pad or this thumb joystick, it's going to be left click. And if you click down, this will be right click. So if I want to go to the menu, just highlight over the menu. I push down on that joystick. It'll get me in there. Push it again. It'll get me out. As you know, in the emulators, we have left and right toggles. So if I wanted to select a guideline, I could press the guideline there, select it. And then we also have the click and hold features, which would be the right click. So if I wanted to do a vertical offset, I could just push down on the right joystick, and it's going to bring up those menus. Some of the other things I've added in there is this will be escape key, and this will be an enter key. So I go back into my menu, and I just wanted to escape out. I would hit that Xbox logo, and it's going to escape out of the menu. And if I wanted to actually type something in, with the joystick, I left click here to go new job, type something in. And if I wanted to press enter, I could just use the cheeseburger icon button, and it's going to press enter for me. A and Y will control the increment decrement. So if I cancel out of my job here, what that increment decrement is this guy, these two buttons right here. So if I go Y, it's going to go up a tenth at a time. If I go X, it's going to go, or A, it's going to go down a tenth at a time. Some of the other ones, the front two buttons are going to be zoom in, zoom out, and plan view. And the back two are going to be volume up and volume down for your computer. So if you actually want to show sound, you can turn it on real quick. And then once somebody gets annoyed, you can turn it back down. So if I'm in my plan view and I just want to zoom in, it's the right side, or zoom out is the right side. And then zoom in is the left side. And then using the mouse and the left joystick, I can actually click and hold as well. For the volume, get it down to grade so you can actually hear it. So now if I turn on my volume, you'll be able to hear that. And then I can turn it down just so you can barely hear it, or turn it off. So again, more of a demo situation than anything. The last thing I added in here on the dozer, X and B will give you a fix. X gives you a fix, B will put you into float. So you can actually see in the upper right-hand side, we'll get a fix, and then you can actually force this diagnostic warning to come up. So I'll clear it now. And now if I push B on my controller, it'll go to float, and I won't get cut or fill, so you can kind of replicate what it should look like if you have an issue. And then I got just presses X to get it back into fixed position. So that is the dozer. We also have a configuration for the machine, and actually before I go in there, we'll do a field designer ramp real quick. Want from coordinates. I'll go next. I'll record my first position. This is usually if you don't have a joystick or this Xbox controller fix, you can't actually move the machine in this next screen. You just have to press record and fake these numbers in. It just doesn't do well for demos. That's why I like this Xbox controller way. So now I just use the left thumbstick. It'll actually let me cruise around with the dozer, and then these numbers are actually going to adjust as well. So now I can create a true ramp without faking it in. I'll record the second position. Go next. Side of center, I'll just tell both. We'll just do a quick crown road here. And now you can see I actually created that ramp from where I drove. I'll cover the excavator because it's going to be different controls than what the dozer is real quick. So we'll just switch over to an excavator. In the software itself, I'm going to have to tell it it's an excavator. Right now it's set to a dozer. The other thing I would do is make sure, so you can't change these. So turn that off so it's on the read-only mode so you don't actually adjust any of these and break it. They're kind of a pain to set up. So now I'll switch to excavator and tell it to apply. Now I have my excavator. These two controls, this is cat controlled as it sits. This will be your stick and yaw. And this guy will be your boom and bucket. So I'll switch back here and you'll be able to see that. I'm just going to use my left stick now, stick out and stick in, and then left or right is yaw. My right stick up and down is boom, and left to right is bucket. So it's not as fine-tuned as like a HOTAS would be. You've got to be really careful when you're digging, but it kind of gets the point across better than the buttons actually do. Some of the other features we got in there to go forward and backward, this will how you actually move the machine, unlike the dozer was up here. So this will be forward, backwards, left, and right. And you can see I'm moving that way right now, just using that. Backwards is a little finicky. It's just the only setting I could find to make it work. Same functionalities as the dozer. This will go increment up, increment down. This is fixed. This is float. Same escape key, enter, and then your zoom in, zoom out, and your volume up, volume down. So the only thing that's really changed is how you control the machine and the excavator. And again, lock this so it does not allow you to edit it, because I keep breaking mine. So always make sure that's locked so you don't change it. Hopefully this will help. Just any Xbox controller will work. If you get a modern one, you can actually Bluetooth in. You don't have to have a wire connected to it. And you can just Google, how to connect an Xbox controller to your laptop. It's a bazillion videos. I won't cover that. I'm kind of excited about this for demos personally, so hopefully this will help you guys. All right, thanks. Bye.